Agents, don't waste your time or your money putting an IDX feed on your website. Let me talk you out of it. It makes no point. It's actually even worse because not only are you spending your time and your money to put something that's utterly worthless on your website, but it's a distraction from the real purpose of your website. Now, I get these authorization forms as a broker all the time, and I'm signing off so that some company can put an IDX feed on an agent's website. Of course, I sign off and I don't say anything to the agent because that's really not any of my business. It's up to them if they want to add it. But I'll tell you, as someone that's looking at this stuff all the time, it's worthless. Think about this for a second. If you were a buyer, would you go on some agent's podunk website and then pull up some ugly search? And that search is ugly because it's some template from some website builder company. And then you go on and you do a search for homes. Are you really going to do that on an agent's website? Or are you going to go to Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com? I mean, I use Realtor.com all the time when I'm too lazy to log into the MLS because the user interface on the app is so good and the coverage is nationwide. With a swipe of a finger, I can look at homes in different counties or even different states. So you have these tech companies with huge teams and huge budgets that are engineering the ultimate user experience to find and search for and be notified about real estate that they're interested in. And somehow agents think that putting an IDX feed on their website is going to compete with that or serve their client or produce leads. It's not. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. The purpose of your website as an agent isn't to compete with multi-billion-dollar tech companies. It's to deliver valuable, rich, targeted, niche content to potential clients. And you do this by adding information about local activities, local news, HOA information, information that home buyers, home sellers are looking for in that particular area where they do a search for something that's so targeted, so specific, so niche that only a few places will have that information. Places like a homeowners association or some sort of community site. And the community site is what you're building. When you have a niche, a target demographic, you need to put in the most targeted content possible. That's the only hope you have of generating leads when you're competing with billion-dollar tech giants. Aside from that, a website is nothing more than a credibility factor that shows that you are a professional, that you can take a headshot, you have your act together enough to create a professional website that advertises yourself as being a real estate professional. That's it. It's a credibility tool and it's a potential lead generation tool if you have an abundance of targeted content. But the IDX feed does not fit into the criteria of either of those reasons to have a website. The IDX feed is nothing more than a search tool that's going to bog your website down by adding more code to it. That's not going to help it load faster. It's going to be ugly, it's going to be clunky, and there's absolutely no point in having it, especially when you're paying for it. So do yourself a favor and don't bother with an IDX feed. Build a beautiful website that portrays you as a professional and then add targeted content that's going to appeal to your prospective clients. And that will be infinitely more valuable than wasting your time with some silly feed that no buyer will ever use to search for homes. Thanks for watching.